Today on CCX News, a Robbinsdale community fixture grapples with transit plans, what light rail could mean for a local parish. A church in Robbinsdale is now considering its financial future. As Kevin Miller reports, it's concerned about the impact of the planned Blue Line extension.
This is the intersection of Botno Boulevard and 40th Avenue.
Elim Lutheran Church has been at this Robbinsdale intersection for more than 100 years.
I do believe that one of the greatest strengths of Elim Lutheran Church is its longevity here in Robbinsdale.
Pastor Dan Dorr says the church building expanded decades ago, but has become too big to manage.
A building that's 40,000 square feet that was ideal for the 60s, 70s, and 80s, but a bit too much for a congregation our size.
The parish plans to downsize, selling part of its land to a developer.
The development would be next door to us.
If the sale moves forward, about 170 market rate apartments would get built.
It allows us to have the resources to right size our building.
But a transit plan decades in the making could put that sale in jeopardy. The Blue Line extension is expected to run down West Broadway right in front of the church. The project calls for eminent domain to take part of the church's land for a station stop.
With the light rail station south of 40th, in our current estimation, would get in the way of us developing our property.
Pastor Dorr is asking for design tweaks that can allow the church and rail line to serve the community for years to come.
It's with some concern and fear that we watch decisions unfolding.
In Robbinsdale, Kevin Miller, CCX News.
The pastor emphasizes his church isn't coming out against light rail, just the current design. He says some church members need transit because they don't own a car. Meanwhile, the Brooklyn Park City Council has scheduled a date for its municipal consent vote on the light rail project. The City Council plans to vote September 23rd. There is no provision for a city to stop the overall project. That power rests with the Metropolitan Council and Hennepin County. Brooklyn Park's vote is strictly on how council members view the project's design. During its meeting this week, some residents raised crime concerns with light rail. Mayor Hollis Winston gave assurances.
I assure you, light rail comes, our city's going to be very active in that, and we're going to have a huge say in terms of how that's addressed. We're going to be very aggressive with that because we know how important it is.
Of the 12 stations planned for the Blue Line extension, 5 of them would be in Brooklyn Park. 23 years later, after the deadliest terrorist attack on U.S. soil, a school in Plymouth honored the nearly 3,000 lives lost on 9/11. Plymouth first responders drove their vehicles through campus as students watched the ceremony. None of those students were alive in 2001. Security officer and former police officer Dale Dirksen says he's grateful for the school's support.
When you see all of these students, from the littlest pre-K all up to the seniors, lighting the sidewalks with their hands on their hearts, completely silent. They're not saying a word. And for me, to have students to be able to do that, it's a great honor for the officers and a show of support.
The entrance to the school is lined with flags. All 2,977, symbolic of lives lost on 9/11, were put down by Providence students. In Brooklyn Park this weekend, a way to honor our heroes. The Palmer Lake VFW is hosting its annual Fall Freedom Festival on Saturday. There will be live music, face painting, and raffles. Bar manager Holly Irvin says it's a special way to honor those who served, even 23 years after the attack.
When a tragedy happened, communities and people in America kind of got together, and that's kind of what this place is about, is supporting each other as Americans, veterans, thanking the veterans that went overseas to fight for our country and any kind of war.
Irvin also says it's a way to educate people about the VFW and its charitable mission. The festival is at 1 in the afternoon Saturday at the VFW on Brookview Drive. Next week, the public will get to weigh in on a new name for Robbinsdale Park.
I'm ending my term. It's been 2 years since I brought this up. I want that Sanborn name and the racially restrictive harm out.
Robbinsdale Mayor Bill Blonigan led the effort to change the name of Sanborn Park. Research revealed that the Sanborn family put in racially restrictive covenants when they sold land for development 100 years ago. Two options considered for the new name are Castile Park, named after Philando Castile, a black man fatally shot by police, and Shoreline Park, named after the road where the park is located. Blonigan favors the Shoreline Park name.
A lot of people did bad things in their lives. Let's just take that out of the equation and name it after a geographic area. I would rather go with that at this point.
The City Council could vote on the name change at its September 17th meeting. Finally, this segment, a Maple Grove Brewery, turns into a cookie-making operation.
This is our heart. What we're going to have customers do on Saturday is they can decorate it however they would like.
Omni Brewing is making gingerbread hearts, a tradition of Oktobefest celebrations. And following Bavarian custom, Omni is celebrating its Oktobefest in September, starting this weekend.
It's kind of just nice to bring different cultures into Minnesota, and especially at Omni, because we have quite a few German-themed parties.
You can experience German culture too. Omni's celebration is Saturday from noon until 9. It includes live music and a Stein holding contest.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Both Maple Grove and Rogers came into the season ranked in the top 10 in Class 4A volleyball. The Crimson have stumbled a little bit early, but have a good club and gave the 5th-ranked Royals a challenge Tuesday night. Parents' night at Maple Grove Volleyball as the Crimson hosted the Royals. First set, the serve by Maple Grove's McKinley Hartle. A Rogers overpass leads to an easy tip at the net for Avery Quam. Crimson get the point. They lead by 3 early. But Rogers comes back. A great dig and pass by Megan Murray. Then the set by Claire Larson to Anya Schmidt, who pushes it to the deep right corner for set point. Rogers wins 26-24. The Crimson come out strong in the second set. Virginia Schuler sets it all the way across to Riley Orrick, who hammers it home to make it 18-9. Maple Grove wins the set 25-23. Set 3, another close one. Casey Schulte with the attack and kill here for the Crimson. They're up 2 at 18-16. But down 23-20, Rogers scores the final 5 points of the set. Schmidt gets up for the block here to give the Royals a 25-23 win. They go up 2-1. It's almost all Maple Grove in the fourth, though. Another good set by Schuler to Hannon Daniels, who drives home the attack. Crimson win 25-13. Fifth set, the ball goes to Nasa Allen for the attack from the middle. Maple Grove fired up, down just 1 at 10-9. The Rogers finishes the match on a 5-1 scoring run, including this 8th serve from Larson. The Royals win 15-10 and take the match 3-2. The Maple Grove girls tennis team has been tested by some good non-conference opponents. The Crimson took on a District 279 rival Tuesday. Jay Wilcox has highlights.
Park Center visiting Maple Grove in girls tennis. First singles, Maddie Larson serving for Maple Grove. Maya Rutherford's return is off the net, but Larson stays with it and fires a forehand winner on the way to a 6-0, 6-0 win. Number 1 doubles, Park Center serving. After the return, Maple Grove gets the volley winner as Shar Baki and Millie Larson beat Muki Yang and Yuyuan Zhang in straight sets. Summer Odie serves for Maple Grove at second singles, and after the return, she puts a forehand away on the way to a straight set victory over Maria Pa of the Pirates. In the number 2 doubles match, Maple Grove's Livia Walseth and Lexi Helmer-Jonke in the far court beat Angela Yang and Fiona Hubbard 6-0, 6-0. As Maple Grove wins the match 7-0, they are now 8-3. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
After a couple of early losses, the West Lutheran boys soccer team is on a good roll. They scored a good win early this week. Jay Wilcox has more.
West Lutheran hosting PACT in MCAA boys soccer. West Lutheran's Gabriel Meest drags it past a couple of defenders and gets a step to bury the shot very early in the game for a quick 1-0 lead. Meest already has 11 goals. The Warriors maintain a 1-0 lead at the half. Second half, and West Lutheran keeper Evan Orth comes up with a big stop on a partial breakaway. Orth is tested a lot as PACT carries the play at times. West Lutheran adds one here. Clayton Ernst lines up the free kick and he strikes it perfectly over the keeper and in from long distance. That makes it 2-0 Warriors. PACT gets one on Tim Cherenkovich's header, but despite pressing for more late, they can't get the equalizer as West Lutheran wins 2-1 to improve to 5-2 this season. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
And finally, watch for two good football matchups live this week on CCX. Thursday night, Wayzata hosts 2-0 Shakopee. Wayzata upset Lakeville South in the season opener before falling to Minnetonka. You can watch that one at 7 p.m. Thursday. And then Friday, District 281 rivals collide as 2-0 Armstrong visits 2-0 Cooper. Watch that game live at 6 p.m. on TV and online here on CCX. Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.